Best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there, so that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity.
Terence Crawford moves forward without letting his legacy pause for a heartbeat as he reveals his battle with Janibek Alimkhanuly this March. After working through his doping case, Janibek finally steps in line to face Terence Crawford next. On his Instagram profile, he shared a video carrying a bold, intimate, and chilling message. "I've got my eyes on him. We're running it in March." A steady, icy warning rising from a fighter who now stands above everyone across the wide landscape of boxing in the entire fighting world.
Johnny, we're here next. Looking for you. Looking for December 6th, how you gonna do it?
I got my eyes on you, Janibek. Good luck.
Janibek would be Crawford's toughest fight. Like tougher than Canelo, tougher than a few of the other guys.
I believe he honestly could be, and I think that he is big, strong, and
Janibek, the reigning World Boxing Organization and International Boxing Federation champion, with 17 wins in 17 fights and 12 knockouts, answered fast and insisted that a showdown against Crawford is the battle everyone longs to witness. Crawford isn't pulling punches. "Good luck, Janibek," he murmured with a knowing grin. His comment signaled that both challengers remain under the sharp eye of the Omaha superstar. The Kazakh quickly shot back. The best must confront the best. If this rising tension is already building heat, imagine the eruption when they finally clash inside the ring.
So, do you call you think it's overrated?
Who? Janibek. It depends, I guess. I really wouldn't say Janibek is unproven, but he really hasn't fought elite.
Is he
After sending shockwaves through the boxing world and toppling Saul Canelo Alvarez to rise as the undisputed champion at 168 pounds, the American now feels a new mission: conquer the 160 pounds middleweight division and claim another historic crown. Crawford, who already made history as the first fighter to unify 3 divisions in the 4-belt era, now seeks something greater: 6 world titles across 6 weight classes. If Crawford successfully cuts to 160 and wins, his legacy would shift into a mythical place within sports history. From dominance to ambition, his path is set. Rule at super middleweight, conquer middleweight, and keep shaping his legacy. Crawford doesn't just want to fight, he wants to rule. And when a king speaks, world listens.
poised, and that's going to be a problem.
Last question. If Crawford was to go down there, beat Janibek, beat Carlos Adames, become an unprecedented 4-division undisputed champion, where exactly would that put him in history?
Right up there with the very best. Honestly, right up there with the very best.
He's at the same boat as Boots right now.
No.
Okay.
I don't think. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Boots is not overrated. Boots is just not in a position to get a championship title, or an opportunity yet.
Okay.
Janibek, I don't know what the belts are like on his.
According to an update from Chris Manx, Crawford is now eyeing a March window for his next fight, a move that would likely shut down any Canelo rematch talk. Terence Crawford is positioned to return early next year. Sources mention Crawford is aiming to headline his own event in March. Manx wrote on X, with plans forming around a bold 4th undisputed title chase that would push him into truly legendary territory. Crawford now seems to be closing in on a showdown with another champion. Keeping closely a watch on next month's schedule, Crawford has expressed his interest in a matchup with the unbeaten Janibek Alimkhanuly, who currently carries a 17-0 record.
Okay, so now this is just getting straight out ridiculous. Okay, now they're saying they want Crawford versus Janibek now, okay? And they was like, well, yeah, why not? You know, because he was going to move up and take on Canelo at 168. He was talking.
Battle but won the war. Okay.
You know what I mean? But Terence right now, but as far as Terence, ain't nobody going to beat him right now, man. Nah.
Nobody, huh?
No. Ain't nobody beating him, man. I mean,
even your former student Janibek?
No, not right now, no.
Alimkhanuly, the WBO and IBF middleweight champion, was preparing for a bout with Eris Landela this December, where he hoped to add the World Boxing Association title to his growing legacy. Crawford has made it known he's willing to face Kazakh style in the future, sending a firm message toward the middleweight title holder. Keep running through them. We will meet soon, I promise you. Crawford replied to Dime Boxing's post about Alimkhanuly.
My thing is that it's the fights are definitely in a different caliber. My favorite all-time fighter will be and shall always be Sugar Ray Robinson. And he was just an amazing fighter. I don't think that there'll ever be anybody that eclipse what he did.
Alimkhanuly's manager Egis Klimas crossed paths with Crawford this week at the WBO convention in Bogota, Colombia, and shared a video seated beside the sport's pound-for-pound top star, who delivered a bold message aimed straight at the middleweight division. I got my eyes on you, Janibek. Good luck, Crawford said as he motioned to his eyes and formed a fist. Alimkhanuly answered Crawford on social media. Thank you, bro.
Why not go up to 160 and fight Janibek? Yeah, forget about the, the Spence rematch. Go ahead and take on Janibek, okay? Now, I was talking with someone last night. We was watching the fights, and, he's a big Earl Spence fan and everything. So, look, this is not real hate on Earl, like on
Alimkhanuly is expected to rise as the determined winner against Lara. According to oddsmakers, the Kazakhstani stands as a firm minus 480 betting favorite to overcome the 42-year-old Cuban southpaw, who's positioned as a plus 330 underdog per FanDuel. The KO specialist Alimkhanuly, 32, has secured 4 consecutive stoppage victories, though all came against clearly weaker opposition. He's the ring's #1 ranked fighter at 160 pounds. The other champion within the middleweight division is World Boxing Council belt holder Carlos Adams, 24-1 to 118 knockouts.
Or whatever, but I know that there's some guys that he can get in the ring with that are elite, and he hasn't gotten in the ring with them. Once upon a time, there was the talks of Boo Boo Andre and Janibek fight. That never happened, and a couple other fights. I mean, I guess overall, I would say, yeah, he's a little overrated.
Bingo, we got one.
I've seen some good boxing from him, and then I've seen, not really struggles, but I've seen a lack of consistency too. So
he doesn't need to challenge Adams, said Alimkhanuly. I'll handle both, claim all 4 belts, and then Crawford can use his time and prepare to face me on December 6th. Put on your sunglasses because I'll be glowing inside the ring. Terence Crawford has turned into every boxer's dream matchup after his triumph over Canelo Alvarez. Crawford secured a unanimous decision victory on September 13th and became the first ever male fighter to capture the undisputed title in 3 separate weight classes, but also boosted his rise in expanding his stardom after defeating arguably the face of boxing. And since the win, every notable contender has been calling out Crawford for a fight.
The thing is, these guys want Crawford to lose just to shut up the Crawford fans, you know what I mean? Because the Crawford fans knew what they were talking about. They knew that he was going to beat Spence. And, I guess the Spence fans, they're very butthurt about it. So, yeah, they want Crawford versus Janibek next.
Turkey Allow hinted that he'd love to witness Benvid's take on Crawford. Benvid's, however, has refused the idea of dropping down to super middleweight from his 175 pounds division. Meanwhile, Canelo is scheduled for surgery after an elbow injury. That makes an immediate rematch unlikely for Crawford unless he chooses to wait for Canelo's return. Now, another undefeated champion has stepped forward, calling out Crawford and daring him to a 2026 undisputed super middleweight title clash.
Bomac, you've been training Crawford for years. Is he retired or is he going to keep fighting?
He just got to take a break.
Is Terence Crawford retired or is he going to keep fighting?
Oh, he's going to keep fighting.
He's going to keep fighting?
Yeah.
You're the man, be man. Hey, congratulations, enjoy the win.
Thank you. Thank you.
The other crown, the World Boxing Council at 160 pounds, is held by Carlos Adams. Janibek believes he will stand as undisputed in the middleweight division by next year and plans to move up to face Crawford for the undisputed 168 pounds throne. What do you guys think about this? By next May, I'll hold all 4 belts. And if Crawford is still holding all 4 in his division, we could see a clash of two undisputed champions in the fall of 2026. The 32-year-old Janibek is 17-0 with 12 knockout victories to his name. He carries devastating power and rides a 4-fight knockout streak. A matchup against Crawford could certainly intrigue, but Crawford has repeatedly shown he can handle any style standing across from him.
I love me some Crawford, man. Y'all already know what time it is. But, hey, I got to call a spade a damn spade. Janibek ain't nothing to mess with. He cold. Yeah, Southpaw, you don't know much about him. That's fine. You ain't got to know much about him. But I'm here to tell you. Speed, power, size.
Nobody has ever defeated Crawford. Yet, Hall of Famer Tim Bradley thinks Janibek might be a fighter Crawford should steer clear of if he wants to retire undefeated. Bradley remarked, "Dude is cold, man. He's a straight-up killer. If Crawford steps in and faces that man, his legacy may take a hit, even if it's a marquee name. Everyone will be watching, eager to witness the greatness of Terence Crawford. And I'll tell you, Janibek isn't here to be taken lightly." Boxing analyst Timothy Bradley added, Alimkhanuly could pose serious challenges for Crawford, and honestly, Bud might want to avoid him.
Is Janibek overrated?
Ooh.
Thanks for the question, Prince.
I don't wild out like I used to ever since the Terence Crawford fight put me in check.
In check for what?
Oh, about wilding out on fighters. You couldn't tell me. You couldn't tell me Earl Smith was gonna lose that fight that way.
Yeah.
You could not tell me.
IQ, defense, offense. Dude is cold, man. Footwork, angles, shoot, power in both hands. He a killer. That's what he is. He a damn killer, man, you know? So, I mean, look, if Crawford can go down and face that dude, bro.
Thankfully for Crawford, that scenario may never even arise, as Mike Coping of Ring Magazine later reported that Alimkhanuly failed a PED test. The fighter insists the first test came back clean, but I don't know what happened with the second test, he said. He has apparently requested a retest. Alimkhanuly was preparing to face Araceli Lara in a unification bout this coming weekend. With neither Alimkhanuly nor Lara able to unify if a fight falls through, that nearly erases the chance of Crawford dropping to middleweight. Crawford's future, much like Alimkhanuly's, remains hanging in the balance.
Right now. No,
If
not
not
right now.
now, when?
Well, for Janibek and Crawford?
Yeah.
I don't think...
Crawford. Go ahead.
Crawford right now is at the top of his game, and he'll know. He'll know when it's time to quit. He'll know. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, should he go out on top right now?
And with a rematch against the Mexican superstar now firmly uncertain, the Nebraska fighter has been linked to a long list of contenders, each eager for their shot in the ring with him. Following the latest call-out landing at Bud's doorstep, the Omaha megastar has been cautioned that a special fighter, bearing traits nearly like Alexander Usyk, presents a complex challenge. Becoming the newest boxing star to stake a claim for showdown with Crawford, the unbeaten Kazakhstan puncher Janibek Alimkhanuly has extended the Omaha star an opportunity to carve his name into boxing history.
You so great and you so much ahead of your competition. You know, they look at the fighters that you fight and say they nobodies because how much you beat them by or the level of skills that you oppose against them. So when I fight this guy, it's all he was a nobody. When I fight this guy, all he was...
Adding the undisputed super middleweight crown to his collection last month. Crawford had previously claimed the undisputed titles at both welterweight and light welterweight. Yet, with an eye on a potential undisputed middleweight title showdown next year, the Kazakh star has been predicted to emerge as a hungry challenger to Crawford's perfect 42-0 record. See, the thing about Janibek Alimkhanuly is he's big, he's hungry, he can punch, Max Kellerman remarked on Inside the Ring. He's got a slight twist in his game. While many pursue a matchup with Crawford, the unbeaten star has yet to settle on his immediate plan inside the ring.
Crawford's legacy. Now, it might not be no marquee name and a name that the whole world will know, but everybody will be tuning in just to see Terence Crawford's greatness because he's a mega star now. He's the star now.
Fresh off his 38th birthday, Crawford, linked to a potential move to light heavyweight in pursuit of another crown currently held by a star who also defeated Canelo, admitted he is still weighing his immediate return to the squared circle. Meanwhile, Aries Landela maintains his reign as boxing's oldest active champion. Yet the win over Gonzalez has reignited interest in what lies ahead. With Alimkhanuly's future uncertain and Lara reportedly unwilling to face stablemate Carlos Adam, some fans now see a Terence Crawford matchup as a very real possibility.
There's a potential big fight that could be made of the winner of this, and Terence Crawford could be looking at it. Just wanted to get each champion's thoughts on the potential of a mega fight if this can get acquired.
So are you asking me a question?
Oh, both. I guess one each. It's just everyone's saying that.
Putting to rest any doubts raised by his 14-month layoff following a 9th-round retirement victory over Danny Garcia. Lara floored Gonzalez twice before effortlessly moving toward his 3rd title defense. While his stock had dipped sharply compared to Janibek Alimkhanuly, it surged overnight, establishing him as the clear favorite against the 12th-ranked Venezuelan light middleweight contender. Lara dropped Johan Gonzalez twice to hold onto his World Boxing Association middleweight belt, yet he remains one of the most uninspiring fighters I've witnessed in that ring. It's time for Terence Crawford to drop to 160 and seize that belt from him.
The next big fight.
Janibek, go ahead. You can answer first.
За большой бой, мега-бокс, который может быть с Крофордом.
Я дайынбыз біз. Әрине ондай жекпе-жектер біз үшін үлкен жақсы жекпе-жек болады, мен ойымша.
He will turn 43 in April next year, and Lara may be approaching the final chapter of a remarkable 17-year journey. It's too early to guess his next move, but isn't it far too soon to seriously imagine a showdown with someone like Terence Crawford as well? Crawford, now a former undisputed super middleweight king, stands at a turning point. Whispers of a rematch with Canelo, whom he defeated just 3 months ago, are resurfacing. Yet, other stories hint he might venture to 160 pounds, chasing the dream of becoming an undisputed champion in a 4th division.
When I fight this guy, it's an excuse, you know. So who you want me to fight? I beat this guy, it's an excuse. I beat this guy, you know, he's too young or whatever. So I'm never really gonna give my full respect until afterwards. Yes, you know, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative, like, man, y'all watching something.
If that happens, he would inevitably drift into Lara's orbit, circling close, among others. Here's what some fans had to say. One fan cut right to the chase. Crawford versus Lara had to be next. Line them up. While it feels thrilling, the matchup is still a tough puzzle to piece together. Crawford has become a global star. Considering his fame and presence, one has to wonder, how much would a fight with an aging champion like Lara really add to his story? A few others quickly voiced the truth. One said, hard to see Lara beating Crawford or Janibek. Time has taken its toll. Had Lara knocked out Gonzalez, maybe the talk would have shifted. Another fan chimed in, I want Crawford to claim undisputed at 160 pounds, but I don't want him to crush Lara LOL. That scene seems unlikely. But if Crawford drops to 160 pounds and Lara still holds title there, a fight almost writes itself.
Yes, of course, it would be a very, very good fight, and I will be ready for it, because it's a big fight, and I think everybody would be looking into it.
Bueno, Erislandi, la pregunta del periodista era la siguiente. Se rumorea que...
Meanwhile, admiration for Lara kept rolling in. One supporter wrote, Aries Landela Lara is a Hall of Famer. No debating. The most avoided man for a reason. Whether he's truly the most avoided is still up for debate. But with this win, he has once again proven that age can be just a number. Still, not everyone felt Lara's performance warranted talks of a big-name showdown. One viewer added, well, not exactly a firecracker, but at least we got some sparks at the end. If we can call that some consolation. But man, I'm glad that's over. Jez, that was a rough watch. As the months roll on, Crawford's name will likely emerge more often in the middleweight discussion.
Now, and we not appreciating it, and it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. You know, we really didn't realize it until now, when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the #1 guy that's the face of boxing, you know, and the way that I handled that, people like, oh.
Elsewhere, Virgil Ortiz also looks poised to make it happen this time. Ortiz threw down his challenge after beating Lubin, telling reporters during the post-fight press conference, "I'm here to face the best. I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next. It can be Spence next. It could be Crawford next if he still wants to step up."
You want to fight Terence Crawford right now?
I would love to fight him, man. I think he's like probably the #1 pound for pound fighter right now.
Do you think he's out of his peak?
No.
Or is he in his peak now?
I think he's in his peak.
And you're saying you could beat a peak prime Terence Crawford?
I'm saying I believe.
Division. Both, it would do really good numbers on pay-per-view because they should put it on pay-per-view. I think it would do really good numbers on pay-per-view and the gate.
That's a fight I've been calling for a while. I think it's still a great match to make happen still. I'm just going to keep doing what I do best, which is just being me. Virgil Ortiz Jr. has Terence Crawford, Jaron Ennis, and other big names on his radar after his second-round knockout win against Erickson Lubin. Ortiz added to his undefeated record and now stands 24-0 with 22 knockouts.
I respect it 100%.
I believe that I can. No, I respect him as a fighter, though. That's the thing. When I want to fight people, it doesn't mean that, oh, I don't like you. Like, let's get it on. It's more like I respect your skills, and I want to see if I can beat you.
Fighters, and you named your GOAT as Bud Crawford, and I think a lot of folks are surprised because it's obviously a contemporary, somebody called out in the past. Why did you rank him as your GOAT?
Well, I think this is gonna sound kind of, there was a little bit of a misunderstanding. I thought I could only choose one person for GOAT.
He wants a big fight next, and fans have been eager to see him face Andes for a while. Boots and Ortiz squared off in the ring after the Lubin fight, where Ennis announced himself in the 154-pound division with a first-round knockout win against Weissmal Lima. Ortiz delivered an equally dominant performance, arguably against a stronger opponent. While Crawford has his focus elsewhere, the number of options to choose from is staggering. And that's all for now. For the latest updates on news, moments, events, and action in boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications to get alerted when we drop content like this.